You have also zeroed down to the fact that you are not averse to privatization. Indeed, His Excellency, when he met the World Bank a week ago, representatives, he made it clear that privatization was the way to go. Would you consider, taking into account, we have been preaching about local content, would you consider looking at institutional investors like SNET, like NAT, and the rest? Would you consider them when you want to do the privatization?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, that will be the most ideal. If we could get institutions in Ghana taking up shares and getting a technical competent company, even from outside, it means that there will be a lot of value retention. The main problem with TCG is not just the collection, but even how they spend or administer what they collect. They collect 150 million or 900 million goes into the cash. Is that almost 400 million does not find its way into the cash waterfall mechanism because they've signed all kinds of contracts. Yesterday at the meeting, it came to light that they have 2,500 containers sitting at the ports. Contracts worth 9 billion has been signed. And because the containers are sitting at the ports, demurrage alone is 1.2 billion. So beyond the collection, we also have to drill down on efficiency and ensure that they stick to the cash waterfall mechanism. Thank you.
Thank you very much. May I give the floor to Honorable Umar.
Thank you, Chairman. Nominee, I want to use this opportunity to congratulate you, and I wish you well. Thank you.
Thank you. Where's the turn of Michael Edu? Edu. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Edu and Edu.
Mr. Chairman, the name is Edu. Thank you very much. A-I-D-O-O.
What's the spelling of Edu?
A-D-U. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead with your question.
Thank you. Honorable nominee, congratulations. Looking at your CV with your experience and vast background in the energy sector, I believe you'll be conversant with the questions I'm going to ask. One of the major challenges...
Are you saying questions?
Yes.
Please, you are entitled to a question.
Okay. One of the major challenges in the downstream petroleum sector is the issue of forex. And on the 11th of January 2023, you published a post on Facebook, which you said that the G4O, that's the good for oil policy, was opaque, clandestine, and a charade. And then you also said that it's going to promote smuggling of gold across Ghana's borders. And then in the same post, you said from all analysis, it is obvious this policy is not well thought through. Now, Mr. Nominee, I believe after your nomination, you've had cause to meet the management from BOST and MP and other stakeholders in the industry. Upon hindsight, do you still hold the same opinion? And then if you are given the nod to lead the ministry, what will be your position on the good for oil? Taking into consideration that most of the importers who are bringing fuel to Ghana, one of the issues they look at is the issue
Honorable member, his position on gold for oil.
I'm not done, Chairman. I'm not done. Chairman, I'm rounding up. Chairman, respectfully, I'm rounding up.
Is that the question I'm asking?
No, I'm not.
The question?
The question is coming.
So, what do you mean by what is your position on gold for oil?
It's the same question. So let me round up. Thank you, Chairman.
Well, I will forgive you because you are a first timer.
So, considering that most of the importers consider the issue of forex as an issue when dealing with bust, and the Gold for Oil came to mitigate that issue, and there is scarcity of forex, and in a month we need about 400 million USD to import petroleum products. So, what will be your position on the Gold for Oil policy, and how are you going to fix the issue of forex for importers? And
Honorable Nominee,
thank you very much.
Honorable Nominee, I believe the question is, what is your position on gold for oil? You can ignore the commentaries and proceed to answer the question.
Mr. Chairman, I refer to 28th November 2023 publication. Bank of Ghana to phase out gold for oil policy. Bank of Ghana governor announces. And so I think that they are rather vindicating my position that it was not well thought out. If it was that good and it was solving the problem, you don't phase out a policy that is delivering results. What we would do, we would review it, we would analyze it, and ensure that we come out with a model that is fit for purpose, that ensures that we account for the gold. Honorable Tifosa has already indicated that we want to form a gold board, which will aggregate all the gold. We have an escrow account where the forex or the hard currency would move into, so that we'll use that to support fuel imports, but also support the payment of IPPs and the payment of gas. So we are looking at a holistic, well-encompassing approach rather than a narrow approach. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's now the turn of Honorable Ayariga.
Congratulations. Dr. John Jinapo. Not many people know you are a doctor. You have a PhD now. Congratulations. So, some people envy your CV. Some people envy your CV, but it's a very rich CV. I'm totally convinced and satisfied that you are not just a walking encyclopedia on all information relating to the energy sector, but that your capacity to think on your feet and devise solutions to the numerous challenges
all you need to do is to inform them that here we don't clap, but
okay,
we say
here we don't clap.
Here.
No, they can't even say here because they are not part. They are not part of us. They are not. They cannot say here.
Honourable members, the word foot soldier should be expunged from the records. Can we make progress, honorable members? It's expunged from the record with apology from the chair. Thank you very much. Can we have some order? Order. Let's have order. It's now the turn of Honorable Charles Forson. Charles Forson, you have the floor.
Mr. Chair.
What? You finish. I thought you finished. Well, may you continue. Please conclude.
So, on the basis of my observations, I have no questions for you because I know you will answer all the questions satisfactorily. I can only wish you well and assure you of the support of this House. And I believe that you definitely will make a mark in the energy sector of Ghana. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Charles Forson. One question, please.
Mr. Chairman, Honorable nominee, my good friend, this is from the good people of Tamacentra and the management and staff of TOR. A direct question. What is there for TOR? And also, we do extract crude, but yet we have refining corporations here, and they are begging for certain parcels to be given to them, whilst they go out to struggle for $1. What is the way forward? Thank you.
Well, honorable member, is your question saying what is there for TOR or what he intends to do for TOR?
The plan. He understands it.
Honorable nominee, you may answer the question the way you understand it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Honorable members, you may be aware, there's a Petroleum Revenue Management Act. And when you take crude within a stipulated period of time, you have to pay the money into the Petroleum Holding Fund. So for a refinery to take that refinery must satisfy that condition. TOR is a hydra-headed problem. It's a 45,000 barrel capacity refinery. The norm is that these days people are moving to huge refineries. If you take Gamnaja, it's I think 1.2 million. Dangote is 650,000, and it's even number 7. So 45 is quite small, but our objective is to seek a strategic partner, ring-fence the liabilities, and then use the assets as our capital injection and look for a strategic partner who is prepared to also inject some money. Normally, you need a staff of about 250 for such a refinery. Currently, the staff are over 700. So these are issues that we'll have to sit and see how we can deal with them so that we'll bring the refinery back. Because since 2021, 4 years now, the refinery has not been working. And something must be done about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will now give the floor to Honorable Yao Patrick Boama.
Thank you very much. Let me congratulate my very, very, very good brother, JJ. Congratulations. JJ, a lot of questions have been asked of you on the downstream. Let me take you to the upstream sector. And I'm sure as a man who grew up in Mampong, you know about the Voltairean Basin program. I know you've been briefed by the ministry and officials from GMPC about the program around Mampong Agogo area. What do you know of the Voltairean Basin program, and how do you intend to add value to what your predecessors did, and how you intend to ensure that it comes on full stream to add to the revenue base of the country in the energy sector? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You are right, because in the upstream sector, crude oil volumes are declining rapidly. From a peak of 71 million barrels in 2019, 2023, we did only 48 million. So there's a sharp decline of 32%. And if nothing is done, the upstream sector will collapse. In the Voltairean Basin, I'm told they shot or shoot some 2D seismic data. I'm also told that they've done some parcels of allocation, which will come to Parliament. I intend that we'll review that immediately, within days or weeks. If I get your nod and I'm sworn in. If we review them and we find those agreements satisfactory, would immediately come to Parliament. But I hold the view that we should relook at 919. All our neighbors, their current and participating interest is 10%. And as we move through the energy transition, you must quickly tap your stranded assets. So we would do a stakeholder engagement and get a buy-in of Ghanaians and incentivize the upstream players to invest, because it's very expensive. And that is something that we intend to pursue aggressively, even as we go through the energy transition. Thank you.
Very much. Any further question?
Yes, Minister, this is also on the upstream sector, which has seen some little or no investment in the sector. And I want you to tell Ghanaians some of the strategies you want to put in place to attract some of the big players in the upstream sector, like ExxonMobil. They came in and left to Guyana. We all know the issues around it. So what are some of the steps that your good self will be putting in place? You just mentioned that you are going to Dubai to meet with Letasco. And we want to find out what strategies you are going to put in place to attract some of the big players, since investment in that sector has gone down a bit. Thank you.
Thank you. So first is the incentives. We have a standard incentives for all the fields. That cannot work, because you have deep water, you have ultra deep, and you have shallow water. It's more expensive and technologically demanding to do deep water. So the incentives for deep water should be different from that for shallow water. Then the acreage, the size. Our information is that it's too small, so we need to increase it. And some other incentives, but more importantly, is the posturing of government. These legal cases that we are losing in court, it hurts us a lot. The first option should be to negotiate. ENI went to court, we lost. Talo went to court, we lost. GPGC went to court, we lost. Sahara went to court, we lost. It's just one too many. So we intend to sit around the table and dialogue. The trip when we're meeting Look Oil to work on the Peckham field with AFC and the others. So the first option is to try and sit around the table, find out the real problems, and try to resolve them. I'm sure some of these basic interventions, if we can put them right, we can turn the clock around and attract the oil majors. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any further question?
Yes, fine.
But before then, little or no investment on part of government of the Republic of Ghana. Is that the understanding?
No. Chairman.
Not necessarily, Chairman. That's why we have SPLOCO. And SPLOCO is the commercial wing of GMPC,
very well,
which must take a stake in some of these fields.
Just for you to clarify the point. Thank you very much.
Chairman, you are being...
Last question.
You are playing the liberal role very well. You are now the Michaelasian of the caucus or committee.
So I'm no longer a striker. I'm now playing the liberal.
JJ, I'm used to JJ, sorry. Honourable Minister, designate. My last question. What are your primary objectives, or what do you want the country to remember you for? Within the next 4 years, I pray to God you are not reshuffled in the energy sector, that during John Jinapur's era, issues of power theft, issues of transmission losses, no meter, arbitration issues in the power sector. What do you want Ghanaians to remember you for within the next 4 years as one of the youngest ministers of energy in the Republic of Ghana? I wish you the very best, my good friend. Thank you.
Thank you. Your answer to the convoluted question.
Mr. Chairman, I must admit that it's a very difficult job. And as I get a briefing every day, I'm reminded that I'm stepping into a very difficult job. I want to remember it as a young minister who insists on discipline. And I tell you, I will insist on discipline. I know we'll step on some toes, but we'll step on those toes gently. More importantly, honesty. And then I want to approach this work with integrity.
Also congratulate my good friend. Our principal voice on energy-related matters. I must say the caucus is proud of you. You have been an excellent choice for our caucus on energy, and I have no doubt the president got that right by nominating you. I don't have a question for you. All I have to say is that those of us who dwell in the villages, in the past 4 years particularly, many of us anticipated extension of electricity to cover many of our villages to take advantage of the new ICT revolution in the world. We never got it because we don't have power. So if you were to give us laptops, those laptops in many of our communities are not used in the schools because we can't charge them. And so I also noticed that a colleague has already raised it. Many communities we all share have problems where a whole half of the town uses 1 meter, and they don't benefit from the thresholds you build to support vulnerable people because their consumptions have gone beyond what was anticipated, not because they are individually consuming more than they are consuming, but because they are clustering around 1 meter. I just want to remind you of this and say that the rural people have trust that you can make an intervention that brings electricity to their communities, and also those who have electricity also can have the meters they deserve, so everybody can take responsibility for whatever he consumes and pay rightly for it, so we can mitigate these unreasonable distribution loss which is piling up the debt that we all have. So I wish you very well, and I have no doubt you will excel with the support of the caucus, the parliament, and the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the compliment. It's now the turn of Honorable Deputy Leader.
Very much, Honorable Jinafo, and I wish to take this opportunity to congratulate you for your nomination as the Minister Designate for Energy. I'd like to commence this interrogation by going through your CV on item number 6, V, item number 6V. I noticed that you've been the chairman for Nuclear Energy Program Implementing Organization. As a minister designate, I know that you have been adequately informed about the progress so far made in trying to introduce the use of nuclear power in the country. If you don't mind, if you can apprise us as other people in the country are listening to you of where we are with the promotion of the use of nuclear power, and what will be your commitment to ensure that the future, in the next 4 years, will be commencing the implementation of the nuclear power. Thank you.
It's not the turn of Honorable Deputy Majority Leader to answer the question. Please provide answer to the question.
Thank you.
Question.
Okay. Thank you. Deputy Leader, it's true, I chaired NEPIO. At my last briefing, they have identified 2 sites. They've also identified 2 countries, China and the USA, and they've identified 2 technologies. the Baker nuclear plant, which can give you about 1,200 to 1,400 megawatts, and the modular plants, which gives you just 100, 100, 100, 100. And so in South Africa, they use what they call pebble bed. So the option is to look at the smaller ones. They are easier to manage, they are modular, and they can deal with them. But like you said, I asked them a specific question. Can we switch power on before we leave office? And nuclear has serious milestones. And so the information I have is that the earliest we can get power from nuclear is 6 years. That is even if we take all the boxes. And so we have a lot to do. And we'll try and push. To the best of our ability. Thank you.
And how are we going to implement that kind of measure? Thank you.
Your answer to the question.
Thank you, Chairman. That proposed measure is on our table, except that our approach is different. We believe that we can merge Bui Power and VRA so that you have something like Ghana Power Company or whatever. We
Just one company as an energy. Thank you.
What we intend to do is to consolidate them and then increase specialization and efficiency. Because there are some hydro people at Bui, there are some renewable guys at Bui, there are some hydro people at VLA, they are also doing renewables. So why don't we bring all the renewable people under one umbrella so that their expertise is renewables, especially as the ministry's mandate focuses more on green transition. Then the hydro, bring all the hydro technicians under one, so that procurements and all that, they can reduce losses and increase efficiency.
Honorable Leader has one supplementary question.
Yes, Honorable Nominee, this is not really a question. You had made a point earlier that ENI Vitol dispute, Ghana lost the case. I just wanted to get a clarification, whether perhaps you slipped or I didn't hear you correctly. Because I know for a fact that in that international arbitration, the tribunal dismissed the 9.
Which is the substantive issue, as far as I'm concerned. ENI had its way. It's the next leg, which is to say, compensate me, that the Court of Arbitration thought that there was no need to compensate them. But the substantive issue of the directive, the Court of Arbitration has insisted. And because of that, Springfield has now drilled a well, and we are waiting for the results of the appraisal to determine the way forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You are bringing out an important matter. Are you saying that in the issue 1, where the Court of Arbitration, the tribunal agreed with the issue raised by ENI, it resulted in any financial loss to the state? Or it resulted in any... No,
Honorable Minority Leader, the nominee never said that.
Wait.
He explained
Chairman, let me put...
the two legs of
Chairman,
the decision.
Chairman, wait. The public is listening and watching. So I just want us to have clarity. According to you, the compensation bit, their claim was dismissed, which is a matter of public record. But then you are also telling us that there was an issue as to decisions that government had taken and whether or not those decisions were right. You are saying that their question on those decisions was upheld by the tribunal. My question then to you is this. Was there any costs to government as a result of that relief? Was there any loss to the state as a result of that relief? That is what I wanted to know.
So in simple terms, the only loss will be that the state was directed to make some payments in respect of legal matters. So, for instance, if you go to court, the cost of arbitration, the cost for legal services, the state was directed to pay that. Whether that is cost or not, I'll leave it for you, the lawyers. But I'm saying that this is what the court decided. I don't want to put interpretation on whether those payments constitute costs or not, because I'm not a lawyer and I do not want to step into that arena. Thank you.
Honorable Nominee, I will land on this very important point. You see, we are talking about a ruling of a tribunal, a judgment, the outcome of a case. I don't want us to be rhetorical about it or be hypothetical or whatever. What is a fact remains a fact. Was there any order made against government in that arbitration? And if so, and you have reference to that, can you tell us exactly the orders that were made against the government of Ghana and GMPC? Respectfully, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
No nominee.
Thank you. So, government of Ghana issued an order that two parties unitize. So let's put it in single terms. It says that male and female marry. That's the order from the father. Then one party goes to court and says that no, government is wrong. You can't just access to marry. You are jumping the gun. And arbitration upheld that. And says the government was wrong in asking the two parties to marry or unitize. That's all. It's as simple as that.
Thank you very much. It's now the...
Chairman, please, let me read.
Honorable,
question. I'm giving
Honorable Leader.
Chairman, please, this
I'm
is a legal
taking
matter.
your words.
Yes,
that
I'm not asking
you have
a question.
asked
Chairman, it's not
the
a
last question.
Yes, I have. Chairman, please, it's for all of us. Please. Yes, it's for all of us. Colleagues, let's get this. I would read
Where are you even reading from in the first place?
Chairman, with respect, I'll provide you.
Where are you reading from?
Chairman, I'm reading from the website of, yes, I know. I am reading from the website of City FM, which
so
website
that is your authentic source from which you can pick a judgment.
Wait, it is hosting the ruling. Website hosts the ruling, and it's quoting the full ruling. It's not their write-up. I just want to read out. The tribunal denied the claimants, ENI and Vitor, their monetary damages, which initially stood at $7 billion, but were later reduced to $950 million plus interest by the end of the proceedings. The tribunal dismissed all claims against GMPC entirely. Additionally, the tribunal rejected the claimant's request to declare that Ghana breached petroleum agreement by refusing to withdraw or prevent reliance by third parties on the unitization directive. The tribunal also dismissed the claimant's request for Ghana to notify the High Court, Court of Appeal, and Supreme Court of Ghana that the unitization directives were issued in breach of the petroleum agreement. I mean, this is a matter that I'm lifting directly from the ruling. I just want to bring it to our collective attention. So I'm just saying that there was no such claim, such order made against any of the respondents from the ruling.
Well, we'll take your words. Be brief. Be brief.
I'm putting it out as a fact.
Be brief, Honorable Nominee.
Honorable Fanyabaka, it does appear that maybe because you were in a hurry to read, you jumped one line. Let me just read that for you.
Please go about.
However, the tribunal find that in the circumstance in which they were issued, the unitization directive breached the petroleum agreement. Simple. It's on the City FM thing. It's there. The very one you are reading is there. I didn't say it.
Colleague, I will not want to, which is a legal matter. The last
So
I will do.
you.
No. The last I will do is to trade my profession. I will not. I will not. I am reading up to the end. I am reading up to the end. Respectfully, it reads that the tribunal dismissed all claims against the GMPC entirely. In the minimum, my law is okay. Additionally, the tribunal rejected the claimant's request to declare that Ghana breached the petroleum agreement by refusing to withdraw or prevent reliance by third parties on the unitization directives. The last paragraph. And I'm not running away from any paragraph. I wouldn't want to put my reputation on the line on this. The last paragraph reads, the tribunal also dismissed the claimant's requests for Ghana to notify the High Court, Court of Appeal, and Supreme Court of Ghana that the unitization directives were issued in breach of the petroleum agreement.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for the education. Once you give me the nomination, I'll consult the Attorney General. The Attorney General will guide me. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. In the midst of the disagreement, I'll give the opportunity to Honorable Ayariga to read what he's also having. Please go ahead and read.
No, it's not about opening the Pandora's box. Why? He's read something he claims to be the outcome of the litigation. This is the report. It says that Ghana has suffered a setback in an international arbitration case concerning its attempts to unitize offshore oil fields, but avoided potentially significant financial damages. So there were two issues. Ghana sought to get them to unitize. And in that respect, Ghana suffered a loss because the court did not agree with Ghana. But then Ghana avoided financial loss, that is payment of damages or any compensation. And that is exactly what he has reported. So please, why? You can read from a website, I cannot read from a website. Please, it's here.
Reading from the website.
We're all reading from the website.
Yes.
It's here. You can.
So, honorable members,
I'm giving it to you. Take it.
We can
Take
allow
it.
the
If you
contradictions
have any doubts, just you can take it and read it.
in the publications at the website to. So we make progress. Honorable Deputy
Chairman,
Majority Leader, you have your turn.
Chairman.
Minority Leader,
Chairman,
I plead
Chairman,
with you
yes,
with all
Chairman,
due
I'm
respect.
pleading with
Let
you.
us not argue
Chairman,
the
Chairman,
veracity
or
other words of the various publications that you are relying upon.
Chairman, please oblige me.
Honorable Leader, let us be
please,
guided by the
will.
provisions of the Constitution in Article 78 and 94. I beg you.
Chairman.
I've given the floor to Honorable Deputy Leader.
Chairman.
Honorable Minority Leader, I have given the floor to Honorable Deputy Majority Leader. I may come back to you. So please, please, I may come back to you.
Okay, Chairman.
I may come back to you.
Chairman,
please.
With that said, I will rest my case
yes.
to allow
so
you to come back and deal with this matter. Thank you.
Yes, what is?
Chairman, people are watching us right from the beginning. The respected minority leader kept asking to be indulged. He would end his presentation and ask for just a small opportunity to make one point, and then that becomes a whole new presentation. And he keeps insisting, indulge me, indulge me. And even when you give opportunity to somebody to speak, he will make sure that you give him the opportunity. Right now, his time has passed. I didn't expect you to say that when the Honorable Boa finished, you're going to give him another opportunity. He will start
Remember, I know what I am doing. So please, it's now the turn of Honorable Boa.
Today, we beg you.
Honorable Boa, you have the floor.
Honorable John Abdullah Jinapo, congratulations. You first work in the Ministry of Energy as my deputy, and I am very, very proud of you. I think that you are sitting in that chair because you were dedicated, you focused on humility, and worked your way up. You became a ranking and you led a team very, very well. And so there's no doubt in my mind that you're going to be a very successful energy minister. I have three things that I want to guide you. You may not even answer them. But you know that the upstream sector is in complete disarray. With all the big players gone, oil production has declined over 37% and continuing the last 8 years, the 3 producing fields that we brought on stream, nothing has been added. You talked a lot about the challenges and the court cases you've lost. And so I hope that will really engage your attention in the strategies to increase oil production and bring the big boys back. And I know that you've talked about that. We need to really get to gas efficiency and make sure we get gas security. That is the key to the energy sector. And I'm very sure that you focus on that as well. I think you've talked about the indebtedness. I'm sure you will tell us that when we were leaving power, how much we left in debt, and whether or not it's true that we left $5 billion. The issue of renewable energy in an energy transition is critical, and that's probably why the energy sector is now energy and then the transition. And so I believe that you really add the issue of renewable energy as well. The last point is the issue of SML and or the issue of transparency.
I would also want to plead with colleagues that if you didn't get the opportunity to raise any issue by way of question, the next stage of this pre-approval process would be the debate on the report of the committee. So you would have the opportunity to raise all other issues for Hansard to capture your views. On that note, Chairman, I would want to thank you for indulging us on these two nominees, and we see what next to be done. Thank you so much indeed, Chair.
Thank you very much, Minority Leader. Let me use the opportunity to sincerely thank the nominee for attending upon the committee and providing answers to questions.
TVS was at on Power 97.9 FM, the hottest and the biggest conversation in Ghana inside politics. Now, every Monday, the 13th of January 2025, in the year of our Lord. Now, and there, Honorable Kesila Toforsen, fantastic man. Wafrim. Honorable John Jinapo, Onosuwe Wafrim. Omunyina appointment committee no penifo mienu yi Honorable Atoforsen finance, Honorable John Jinapo energy, some penifo mienu nyina na Honorable Atoforsen de minim de afenyo markets no hwe free no ena wo putukwa ha na Honorable John Jinapo de he spent even less than 1 hour. He say he try Honorable Dominic Ayeni, member of parliament for Bolgatanga East in the Upper East region of the Republic of Ghana. So far, so good for the two gentlemen, Honorable Jinapo and Honorable Dr. Kesila Toforsen. Inti bibia edida na kwemo kama. Na ene me da sorry ene mu se krata bi free eye abankesi meka abankesi ma Flagstaff House at as office of the president. Ya Honorable Felix Kwachu Fusu, you know the spokesperson Edema His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Ni sashe krata nasi. Se board ni nyina ni CEOs ni hwan nyina na eden board nyina ya dissolve. Manage ye papa. Se who take over, what take over. I feel man we say John Mahama wa mini business and he has started very, very well. Ya Ghana fo benye gidie no aback say aban we aban ya obetimi aye bibi. Was say e ba na e be continue with MPP mistakes o ye ne dia. Na che say power na e ba ye nfa so be na ye de e wo so. Over the weekend what ye? Ya Dr. Callistos Mahama. Ya small boy in the parliament say on an appointment in omunim. Who name said John Mahama issue statement. Ya Dr. Callistos on executive secretary to the president of the Republic of Ghana. Now we ma wane fa ho. Afenyo markings we ni ma wane fa ho. And they always say opposition itna enye easy. 8 years. Na so yan tutu yan tu ajan. Yan hwehwe market. Ne ma mo ye nyina mo fi se Ghana fo ada. Yakopon na ehwemo. Enye techima market ya na eye kantamanto. Nkoso nhye ne saa na nyame behia mo. Enje sini bi di mo asema mamo. Pepe. Ene da sori yesi na adu ne statue. Yakobu buagu ewo eye efie nkwantanya sa ewo takrade. Na sa statue no na posi fo bo ho ban abra na adu ye president. Sebi jimisi mu nyansa bi ni wo. Kufado de no ye ma the good people of Western region. Ya ye kwa akosi statue e de ama no. Media men so ade ye bone so. Na so buo na wo mo bubu agu ne de me enya me ya. Make us many agide ba enya me ya. Because scanner amode yes ade nyansam bia ejimi sem nyansam bia anim. Rollins area said in Nama Yehu Rollins said ne status baby. Kofo dodo say ne yehu. That useless president where our bidding nimre former president useless we. Ne akwesi sa ugly a year statue we e de si ho. Ugly statue. Na enam ho ye den e hye nipa abufuo ti afiri ho a eye. Fantastic one. Na meti ya ne say krata afofo asu. Ya chese ministers no 30 no His Excellency John Dramani Mahama watwe about 23 tiawa na meka say 23 plus a year system when your calculations no mami plus another 23 plus 23 say 46 plus a year 16 ubenya saying 62 right. Fantastic. Me Maase kan you use calculator Maase na dwene ni ye adwuma train abobiw etimi hu ya na say 62 inti regional ministers no we hear deputies and ye wo other ministries bi wo hokra we hear deputies sports say we hear deputy obeye hwe ono abu Neil and Vanda po bia a wo bia mechia wo na keto kraku wase sen de metete ne say wase ma omoma Neil and Vanda po MA sports minister no ntimi ne nya adwuma de me tete anu no ake na wo hwana ya na adwene say wo ofa ho sa ayi sports minister Mustafa ayi Yusuf kwa sa singa ho sam ne na ya adwuma we useless guy you free land in bai mo ne na ya adwuma enti mo pe wo ma mo di mo be ye deals and you say Neil and Vanda po wo you no nonsense man enti ye hasie na media no obi o say o ye pessimesi abodam sam muna mabecha choy mama de onye financial sports minister shut up there sa nonsense nyina ma stop obi amfa press and command me papa John Mahama abra woni His Excellency John Evans Atami the two Johns wo mo ba ye no yetumi enya eye sports ministry papa yetimi call 2009 Egypt for the first time in the history on African soil near to me call under 20 the black satellite na the day any ajaman bedumu Daniel Oparemo any Rabbi Muhammad mu Samuel Nkomo ema yetumi kwaje under 20 tournament FIFA World Cup under 20 Egypt on African soil for the first time ebi see that against Brazil near about 10 against 11 first half in the 17th minute and Ghana a dig red card you bought 10 against 11 sa ball extra time ema penalty shootout and you call ya Ghana ajamambadu ni penalty and it to me save Ghana ye to me ye then satam ne goalkeeper Daniel J meboa MPP baye ebesi ne dia de papa na MPP ye was sports ministry ho mo ka kire me useless ones sabi abodam sam na me tete ase wo bi sabi ni pafu bi nam say Neil and Vanda po de omutime ne nya adwuma akrofo amugu ho akrofo tips at the Ghana Football Association moko aya Africa Coast Black Stars team no omu lusu a mo tua wo mo double losing bonus nana mo free Samuel Yemi Mugabe. Hey, we need Stephen Apia Olele and no mababo ni bi da mo football mo no. If you go to Nigeria, if you go to Cameroon, if you go to Senegal, sa eye old players no go to Cameroon today. Samuel Eto'o anyway mo na manage wo football and yama ekoyi for the first time in the history of Ghana yembus mo 2 decades ya chese wutimu say yenye say ya qualify say ebeko AFCON useless president we ni useless sports minister Nana Akufo-Addo ene ngawo eye Yusuf eye Mustafa yi ene wo useless ketokraku mutumi edi Ghana Black Stars kontetam scout of force mo me coach enfama Black Stars ama Seven Apia money Olele mu goalkeeper trainer Olele ni Yines Nchai Seven Apia as team manager na welfare manager ni Yines Nchai na makwa se Simon Kofo around you na Ghana for the first time yetimi akọ AFCON yetra ha 20 years ni your more match ewo Baba Yara Sports Stadium. I've been a sports presenter before. Your more ball ewo Baba Yara Sports Stadium. And my Black Stars in Lusuda. Now go la Baba Beshe. And I say, Utuado de Yembeteni Utuado. Seven Apia money ole lemo, Sulemuntari money like Kensemo, Oma Ricardo John Mensamo, Oma Bobo Nibida, Omonim Deno, Yafamomla Black Stars management, a year team no. Technical team no rather na omomwa kat okreko we failure wo ba ye under 17 team qualify under 20 team qualify Olympic Games and koye bibia koye ite hu say Nila Tevan Napo ni bia media me lobby ma wo bia o and I've said it here and first can share envelope mo Maase Mugabe me pesa wo lobby ma me hwe John Mahama ye lobby mo obi wonim ni trima adwene o masa menye mistake. Me papa John Mahama no say menye mistake. Mama na mu nro so monko. Mama ba ko malam so monko. Abaye mani betim say nwan. Anje si ya adwuma wo si aduro. Wo bia de ne beba sports ministry won obi o ye competent enough a wo betimi a change Ghana football. Ama Ghana football not for ne to mapa efra. Enye GFA president na be de kire say A or B ana me GFA president. Nonsense must stop. And back to Sanko Fui. And your mama, we are going to fear Yabajini. And me that has been on social media. I'm not ready to talk about those things. By me, Mugabe, nobody can stop me. Take it or leave it. And I will make sure I say, Bibia may be a depa. Ya baby, I will not be a ubesumi fidi bia se mi tomu da. MPP for the 8 years, man tomu fidi mu. Na mi ama ban wo power. Ebida, NC. Ghana football was a fan to my pefra. Ghana football was a fan to my pefra. Yako AFCON. Cote d'Ivoire wa J a tough in Nigeria with this second. We show more expenses so more yeah. Now would they compare the acquire qualify from a group stages now. Yeah, expenses so do so no. Sabi Jimmy Benny. Come again, Kato Crocodile no cough for Sabi Jimmy Benny. See a quart tournament na ya kono. Expenses say ya no budget ya no budget ni more than trophy na ya kwakoje no. Does it make sense? Where your logical reasoning 1 + 1 was said in 10. Jimmy Esa and the Ghana football maseno. Songo kwa kama sema wanka, we kwa kama sema wanka. Jimmy Esa and ya teho. AFCON ya timia Kobe, satellite ya timia qualify, under 17 ya timia qualify, under 23 ya timia qualify, Black Wings ya timia qualify, Black Princesses ya timia qualify. Jimmy Esa unnecessary expenses. Sikadie basa bottom na Ghana be ya adwuma biem and I'm happy sa nkofo nyi wase investigate mo nyina A to Z Mustafa Yusuf ne Ketokrako mo ekwan amofa so expenses amoye ene ade nyina wase investigate all African games will beat me enu aduane say ye nu aduane $15 million abodam sem nipa dodo se ne didi ye covid squares ka se ne spend edi fidi amanfo mo be study about phone atwa mu ne ye bi ni aban we o aban we ye serious about phone atwa mu ne tie wade ni ye about phone atwa mu ne ye bi ni aban we na me da me sorry ya me hu say ya dissolve board no sifa kan NPA no more hey na wura na sifa kan wo play ni ne koma de amanfo ache wo 8 years koma de amanfo di go be ache amanfo di konkonta ache hey supplies one filling stations na me hu sifa kan si we nyina nipa baako na me say ko enu ye NPO Paul Adomochire wotimi ko to Christmas tree baako ye bodian na wotirim wotia I said the air pie such a useless caricature wana masabe ase edi ne to Paul Adomochire na ma na opagya ne nan mekaso yege o ba ne na tete sabe obi edi ne to no mudi kwase asem ne sanfo eni asem ni bi wa mini sabe to bi emo sanfo ko an no mudi wo Ghana ha safuma futimi beka Jimmy Sam kire say a government sector ne de ekwan bia ni wo mo obi a Jimmy Sam sa so no wanya opportunity amane ba no akotena NCA na ba ko so akotena Senate board so useless ones ubo bra park akofo opamo ana wo referee salon business no na do betena so a ni girlfriend ne wo ne ba na wode na kwaya Czech Republic ambassador ne de we kwa wo Senate abusuafo Asante bedi atuo ni nua laureate mo wo kwa ha osafo ma NCA ni odundum radio station basa samre ni na twam time ni ye sabi useless things ni na no me catch you say twam huna amanfo invade amanfo properties go amanfo businesses mo anamu ni bie na mo nam Prudential Bank amopa bese anamo mo letters na ma bontre abre ye wo mo ntie 3 ya de ba na ye kan na areho keke ene kan no foriata wa ye tam Senate ba ye adwuma biem SIC ba ye adwuma biem eye NIB ba ye adwuma biem ene eye SM Bank ba ye adwuma biem Ghana Commercial Bank ba ye adwuma biem ADB ba ye dan ba ye adwuma biem all the government institutions bibia be ye but yema ye ni na ho ye ya dia ye nya dia engu Mahama ne aban ye ni mase. I'm sending the warning to everyone angels ne na kasa nya me na me kasa no enye wadwene say wo appointment bi a wo pe no wase say wo ne ma say within 2 years e wase me kwa aban ma me ye tam wo be declare wo asset. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ni NDC. Some person mo succeed ya. Mumma appointees ni nyina no obi an declare the asset. E da say na wo. Asa na wo ba abam. Ka se say na wo kura. Asa na wo ba abam. UGI ene ne yiri jaye. Oba abam within 4-5 years. UGI awari egu ye ene hu cars ene adan anu wasie e wo Ghana ha. Adwuma ba no ya busumi so ani etua ne kase. You hear way our John Mahama's administration. And I'm happy, say, Nyamia or Kajo Mahama Hono. Yeah, no, costume ye. Now, some of our comfort national cathedral, I will say, if you shall more about the costuano, Menda met me a da. Yanamu Chesi, $190 million if America for home, say the Babua energy sector. Now, yet na, Emma a year or Barbesia. $313 million money laundry now with the free air co China near Chino scanner wa hen e ko si say you investigate will be upon this no now no tin make say dan pare ne ho amam ne so mo tena office o so mo nyina stay away now investigation kwaso CDS no wagina chai now investigation kwaso die tin ya wa Ghana ha now under this Fourth Republic under this democratic dispensation. Na ye kwa ko yi speaker na soja fo invade Parliament House. Sabi Jimmy Sam we free hen. Who na ma o sa order no. I was see investigation no ekwo nyina ran so we say ensanfo ni sini ye to na ma wa na ekoso na say yete ye say obi asi Parliament House so abodam. Jesus na asoma no. Cast be says no was say ni nyina ewo ho. Ye security ti say I have been to the House of Commons where I could deliver speech before. Yes, in front of David Cameron, Abraham Oye UK Prime Minister. And the bisa won say, House of Commons Parliament House in UK hono, ubetimi ewura hono. Na security baby a obefa ma wura san na obewura ho no enya asem ketua no akohu MP kura baby a ne car park ye dey ewo ye ha wudu ha hot say ha esiye wa wuchama obi betimi afa fence na chikura na wahura sim no woko ye ma ya bambo enye paramount ho hia media mi mom de we ajoma ama appoint ya prepare o hwe prepare. So radio no say twice a week, once a week na me appear on TV and radio. Me say prepare. Ye ba be bojuma. Ye ba bojuma ma so achi dom yi ama no. Ye mani fe leader. Etim penifo mo ba joma hama no. Dr. Callistus, Dr. Sina kan ho nyina mo fa de ne mra me. Honorable Julius Zebra, Dr. Valerie Sawyer. Mo adwuma. Would I feel favor? You bet you much kama. And what you may say, you will be so a mayor minister. If you be an in home, where honorable to forcing, clean. George Napo, clean. I ain't never got a baby of Juana. On only saying away, so on any banner do Jita Macro. Do you call one uncle boy, you money in our mind? Yes, I ain't an eneba. Enje sene na eka so onyamia eye na ne ba edoji George Naponi ni nua eye Edward Bawa. The angels are talking, not me. Take it or leave it. The more musuro say supposed to be obi baba be supposed to minister ntinu ma ha se edwane no utibete kasi be di agro otra office one issue command na wan ube nwa say angels na ye ho adwuma. You share your baby share one. Share. And then we do national security blue gate. One will say yes. Chuma kwaso. COP Kofi Boache. Prosper Ban in 24. And I'm in visa ka national security minister can na pada so I will post you. Why yera? Obe pajamas ni ye. Afedi awo more time. Obe timi pajamas. What you say? Brandy Benny, you know, I got you say MNS, Mass and Spencer. Hey, Ghana penny. And I da bay, and I joada, and I made that. Na meniaji. Dr. Ponsaba become and said, dear. Nay, I had joada, or born a lacos, come idea. Now, what Jana Bobby said, come idea. Now, and then me guess, and Penfa minimum be seen, Quina, Panela minimum be did you medi, a year mea minuya. Ba ya ne birthday no ya kwa kodi ni safari safari for minimum kasadada ni den Her Excellency Lawyer Zita Benson ejuma mami we boy we election time ne pa mama ne nko ho we di manim wo amonene efe bia monim nwase aye ejuma pen ti munim de obetimi aye. What you say? Na do buy as a girlfriends, ma no ma da won pe mo kolegon bonisi simusa wo ye ko do mo koye ambassadors. Useless ones. Show my name ni o matiko. Hey mo, afi na meye mo ho adwuma. Afi pa na mebe ye mo ho adwuma. Dr. Amponsa, the capacity doctor. The fidie ni edi usisu within few minutes. Na bebia yare na tuko. Angels mo akwa ba doctor.
Mejo so.
Benye bibia aboko de.
Na me dom na so e.
Wa de ne de ache.
Afefofro ne yabam no.
Ti me mo official pa.
Na me ma afen kometu.
Angels ne se nyame hira no nya okase.
Amen. Me so me mo official pa.
Angels ne se de na wo magana man ene abra yenua ba Zita Atnas ya o twen na eye Anthony Nikwe no so e ba be kai hu. De na wo ma ye wie.
Yo mechia ahwefo nyina ene atiefo. Ebi mu hwe ebi mu nso tie no. Medin de Dr. Amponsa meka ofie ho na wajeso ama me se wayaresa fie. Meka se Dr. Amponsa jeso ma me se wayaresa fie. Aha de eje wa ma obanko ade a ye be sa oyare. Ba bibiara a wo hye ewo saa Ghana man mu ha. Ana se wo hye abrochi man mu no ye be sa oyare. Ye yaresa no ye sabi wo abrochire esabi wo Ghana. Enti se wo Côte d'Ivoire ene oben he ya Nigeria ene Togo nom nyina ye ne mo nete a Muntutu America mrana yensamo yare. Na mo hontomo. Mo amowo oman Ghana mu no. Babi a obenya yen eye babi miensa. Baako eye Accra Spintex Coastal Junction. Spintex Coastal Junction. Udru Coastal Junction hodoma. Busa taxi for ne say o Dr. Amponsa. Say o de Uber anase Yamgo anase ne yaka ho nyina. Eno na wo fro e de abade a. Eno ane say obebo Dr. Amponsa Herbal Hospital. Dr. Amponsa Herbal Hospital. Ewo internet no so. Edo obeba Dr. Amponsa fie. Ena me pese bi di kan yare we ho asem. Eho hia me yie pa. Eno nti eya yare we nti obi ti abrochiro oni ahoto. Yare we nti obi ti oman we mu oni ahoto. Obi wo sika pa nanso yare a ye friend asichiri yare e mana hoto. Eno nti ne ma promise o say nyame na me so ebeje wo nkwa. Diabetes asichire yare yi eye yare bi a aba ewo wiase. So far yare akura no meka se oye number 1 a yare a untum mfa yare bi a miti no se edoso ukọ oman bi aso a diabetes agentre ha pa. Na sa asichire yare yi eye yare bi a Dr. Amponsa West Africa nyina mene number 1 a mesa yare yi simple. Na se wunni mu abeka se na doctor edie adenti ose ose asichire yare simple. Sa yare no kwan ya fa so ba. Ene kwan ya ye fa so a ye boa wo. Me kire wo na abeti ase. Nyankopon bo nipa no. Obo wo sese wudidi na aduane no ye adwuma wie. Nipa duane bibia wom twene de a. Ne ye ka last no. Edane sugar broni freno sugar anase insulin. Sa asichire ya aduane no bedane no. Ni yade ya adwuma ma ono ye freno pancreas. Tiemi ye pa. Sa pancreas ne wo obrebo nom. Na dwuma a oye ne se wadidi a aduane no abeye asichire no pancreas ne na de beye adwuma ma wo. Na sa insulin no na ma wo energy. Ebia na wo pancreas ne yare. Tiemi ye pa. Sa wo pancreas nyare a untum nya diabetes type 1. Tieme. Sa wo yo obi a o pancreas no oyare a unya diabetes ya type 1 ena ubetumu anya because pancreas no oyare. E wasa pancreas no de asichire no ya adwuma. Esansa oyare nti asichire no akwafa ebojam. E basa ena ye ka kire wo se wo yare a ye frɛ no diabetes. Asichire yare. Sa oba Dr. Amponsa yaso ya ye de machine bi besi wo pancreas no so. Na ya de machine na collect pancreas no cells ni nyina. E basa onyare diabetes biem. Sa pancreas no ye okay a ono akotwe asichire akọ omogya mu nyina. Na che se wonne yare a ye frɛ no asichire yare biem. Eno nti hwehwɛ Dr. Amponsa diabetes no asie betu. Me de machine bi abagana ha ye frɛ no magic machine. So far kra de makra kese pa no ebedurua this month we yi. Sa eno de ye dam enye se ente se we no. Aha, eti Mugabe kra so obeba bedam. Eno ti se wutie me ana wo hwame a sa machine we na dwuma ye ne se okon kasa ye wo ya enkoda ye de si okon no so a just 20 minutes na eko 20 minutes na pains ni nyina jai. Why yarity yare so many years? Why dream no mu says no awu bra. Na yenya no says ni nyina just 20 minutes o pains ni bejai. Obi anya spondylosis and osteoporosis na chikasa ne konkasa nyina ye ne ya. Ye de machine si wa chikasa isu a ebe collect o blood cells no ama wa chikasa ni nyina pains no ajai ede no a. Obi si doctor Mrs. Acheme asome 19 a metoase ye me ya broni freno sciatica. Ye frɛ bibi osteoarthritis. Sa osteoarthritis yi ene star create sa sciatica edeba. Sa oba Dr. Amponsa Herbal Hospital a ye de machine no be siso oso na ya collect sa obla cells na ewo wuntini no no a kura bam no na ya collect cells ni nyina na ma sciatica no ajai ɛda no a enipa biara wutie me no sɛ yɛboa wo na yɛyɛ saa adeɛ wei ma wo a na yɛma wo ekura duro tie me yie paa sɛ wopra ɛwɔ wo nipadua mu a ɛnyɛ accident nko a na ɛma pra o nipadua no baabi a mmogya nkɔ biara no ekuro ɛbɛba hɔ ekuro ba hɔ a ɛbɛma wanya pains obi kase mu tumu yɛ ne ya paa ɔte sɛ kase no mu na yɛ ne ya o nanso ɛnyɛ kase no mu a ɛyɛ kase no ho kase no fam ɛnam no fam kase no sɛ kwan bɛda ho na nsuo bi bɛgyina hɔ a ɛyɛ se ne bibia ɛyɛ papa yɛde machine siw so a ɛbɛma kase no ɛne nam no afam na ekuru a ɛwɔ hɔ no yama waduro na yakuna ma wo na ho atɔ Dr. Amponsa foforo yɛ yɛsimu yi mia nkasa matena sɛ meboa nipa obi si doctor mi wo mogya boroso o mogya na aboroso anka akwakwalebu a yɛtwe bi ma wa na ho atɔ ansa na abenya BP hypertension no ɛyɛ nneɛma simple bi o sɛ wo doctor ma o BP aduro sa fa busale sɛ doctor ɛde na ma menya BP a me fa aduro sɛ yɛ sɔvo ade korɔ no ɛma wa wo ni BP biem nyame bɔ wo no sɛ wakoma elage a wakoma ho no anasɛ elage a BP bɛkɔ soro wo quality akoma na BP no bɛba fam sɛ wontini mu sisi a BP bɛkɔ soro wo quality entini no a BP no bɛba fam sɛ kuro ba wontini mu a BP bɛkɔ soro yɛkum kuro no ma wa BP bɛba fam sɛ wonya diabetes a BP bɛkɔ soro yɛtriti diabetes na BP bɛba fam wonya typhoid fever BP bɛkɔ soro yɛtu typhoid na BP bɛba fam epo malaria mpotumu ma BP kɔ soro yɛtriti malaria na BP no bɛba fam ɛno nti BP nya yareɛ aduro na wo fa no ɛde ho yareɛ na wo fa BP aduro but wafa aduro so many years enko adenti a busa doctor no na onyiwa no okɔ hospital a ma doctor no so hu sɛ wonim de ente saa de bi ya obefa aduro nkwa na nyina fufuo kura wudi ne de bi ya obrɛ muntie me yie pa obi wo ha se doctor me de me wo yareɛ bi ɛwɔ me ho menim yare kro sɛ na yɛwo tie yareɛ we a me bɔ so yi na symptoms do so se na yareɛ nyina your friend typhoid fever se typhoid a chi wo fi a symptoms ya behu bi ni ɛtɔ da behu se oti pa o ɛhɔ na ɔko agene wachi ka se yɛ wo ya omfe ɛwo wo yam ta bom wani so chi no oho yɛ obasabasa tɔ da yɛ wo se obewu ade bɛ chi na ate hɔ ɛtɔ da nso a ubewu se oyam tim kakra ɛtɔ da na yam ahwie kakra te sɛ de wafa afaduro nso mfa afaduro bia na ɛno atwa constipation pa yɛ ɔdomfo kumfo typhoid saa na tie ɛyɛ ɔna ni ma bɛka so obi na ɛyɛ wo typhoid yɛ ɔba panyini from 50 years yɛ kɔ a typhoid betumi akyew ama waka sɛ wo na akum asumasi me na mekum wei nso na ɔnyɛ bayifo bia ɛyɛ typhoid ɛna akye no obi de waka saa sɔfo no si wɔnka wɔn a waku wɔn nso maame na akyerɛ wɔn a awu ne kurom nyinaa yɛse sɛ obi wɔ hɔ ɔsɛ me na mku awurade Yesu aye because sɔfo no se aka baako ɛna ɔkae sɛ awurade Yesu awu ɛna maame si wɔn eku awurade Yesu asɛm nsan afei maame no ma bɔgare sɛ sɛ yɛ maame yare ɛne yɛ no ne yɛde ba Dr. Amponsa Herbal Hospital afei yɛ sa maame yare a maame na ne ho atɔ no na onim ba bi ɔwɔ mpo typhoid fever ɛyɛ yarebɔne abɛmo aka ne yɛ nka obi tie mi ɔse doctor mi wo stroke me da fie saafo no ɛwɔ yare ɛfɛ no stroke amode da fie no mo nsesa wɔn nyinaa mrɛ me spinters coastal junction maame ma number no me sɔre nso a mɛsan de number no ama wo frɛ 0243 11 08 75 0243 11 08 75 number we sign your WhatsApp o your voice message ma me WhatsApp wa me pe obi wo be twro tentente your voice message simple 0243 11 08 75 Tigo line on suni eye 027 85 99 611 027 85 99 611. Nkurɔfoɔ a mo yare stroke a mo te fie no mo nyinaa mo mmra na me nsa mo yare ɛyɛ na obi tumu yɛ na adwen sɛ media masai nipa nsai obɛsɛ no na wawu yɛ wɔ nkurɔfoɔ bebree wɔ hɔ a ɔmo hia awoɔ maso yɛ open time yenu a wɔn nsa bɛka opɛ baako pa a wɔn nsa bɛka tie mi yie pa ɛyɛ na bebree tumu ka enipa ma wo nipa ma wo me kyerɛ wo nipa ma wo nyankopɔn ayɛ bibi ade ato hɔ awie nya fe na ɔbɛyɛ bibi foforɔ onwu a ɛyɛ bibi na ato sintidua tie yie pa enkwala mienu a yawo wɔ mo no baako da sikani yam baako da bodam ni yam ne yakoda bodam ni yam no bɔne bɛ na wayɛ nyame wati ma asɛm yi ase ma sikani no bɛ didi kama ma kola baako na ɔda bodam ni odi gata mu aduane nyankopɔn ayɛ nipa sɛ oni obi da na ɛyɛ da nyinsen ba ɛwɔ so nyinsen eti sɛ wodi no ma bibi na ato sintidua obi wɔ fibroid myoma womb blockage ovarian cyst ɔnto nkosua yie saa nneɛma wɔ nyina ne yɛ solve ma wa no ya ma waduru a ɛma produce nkosua bebree tie ne yie wo pɛsɛ wo ntaa mienu a nkosua no ne yɛbɛma na wato no dodoɔ Mugabe ɛyɛ so simple na wa wo ntaa mienu but nipa bi wɔ hia ntaa ba ne nipa dua no ntum nso antaa ɛno na ɛwɔ hɔ ba sɛ wo bɛka sɛ enipa no media menwo nyame ambobo nyini bi ansi ba bia obi biara wotie me nnɛ no nyankopɔn bɔ ye nyina pɛ na mmom bibi na to sintidua wati ase ɛno nti wo a wotie me nnɛ wo a wo hwɛ me yare ɛda wo so wo yare burning sensation Mugabe ɛyɛ 1 day pɛ 20 minutes obi a ho hyehyew paa obi wɔ se yato me aduro ɛyɛ acid ɛna akɔ ne nipadua mu o kidney yɛ wo ya anaso o kidney problem yɛ the magic machine si so just simple yɛ be collect kidney no ɛne wɔn mo liver ɛyare medase asobɛti asɛm ana ɛyɛ kakra bi ɛnyɛ sɛ mɛka kosi ɔkyena o yare ne ya mmoso a wo de bɔ mmɔden na fabrɛme wate yare a mensa yɛ ba akopɛ yɛ frɛ no cho sabio bɛma wo cho ɛne de mintum mmoawo ɛnyɛ no na yare biara akutia no Dr. Amponsa Herbal Hospital yɛ was Spintex Coastal Junction wo de ofa uba nso obo Dr. Amponsa Herbal Hospital e do beba frɛ number yi ɛyɛ number mienu na yɛmi di kan abɔ no yɛ WhatsApp wo frɛ sa anasa wo yɛ voice message WhatsApp no so a wo san frɛ wo sabeka ɛyɛ 0243 11 08 75 0243 11 08 75 ɛna Tigo line nso ni 027 85 99 611 027 85 99 611 Mugabe ebuwa mu Kumase nso ye wo Ohwim Tigo Junction ɛna Sunwan nso New Vin Arena wo Kotokrum ho ne wo Accra Spintex Coastal Junction medin de Dr. Amponsa meka monye so ma me se wayare safie
fe yes nkonya me ho se Anthony Nikwenu ene menu aba eye excellency lawyer Jita Benson so aba bedo yeba sisi ya Welcome back from the commercial break, live on TVS YZ, also on Power 97.9 FM and all our affiliate stations across the country. Northern Regional Capital Tamale, we are live on Kesmi 107.1 FM, Bole in the Savannah region, in Kiligi FM, WFM, Boko in Upper East region, we are live on Source 100.1 FM, Zaps FM, Zabila, Pusiga, Wempang, Sampa Wende FM, Western Regional Capital Takrade, Sharp 106.9 FM, Iziama, Elembele, Western 100.3 FM, Vuta Regional Capital Ho, Global 105.1 FM, Nuance 89.7 FM, Ketekrachi in the Oti region, KFM Kwasa also in the Oti region, and Boom FM. We are live on Boom FM in Jiasekan. Well, baby, I tell you, and yeah, and as I'm to London, JFM Radio, Nefa Life Radio, United States of America, Apple 68 FM. Rice farmer made a son in Frewo, baby, I will be a Yami in Shell and confirm the Zaka. God bless you so much. So many live guinea fowl. Me who are Tommy. To me a fire ye. Today is your birthday. Your name is Chlorine. I hope you are doing well. Enjoy your day. This is coming from Capacity My Atan colleague Bika Mugabe Maase. To you, Chlorine. May the good Lord grant you good health and long life. Another one coming from Cross Loss, retired. To you, Chlorine. Maybe I will be a Chlorine. May the Capacity My mom. Happy birthday. Ija womb inky womb. Say enjoy your day. To your parents, Nyamisha Omunina say Omatimi. Your woba passe na oba besum o my Ghana ye. God bless you and enjoy your day, Chlorine. Mamema me panel members na kwaba na fe yansha se abrante no sisi utunkwa na obehye na bayamba ti se de we ase pa emre dani adani ho bi wo ewrede nyankopon nyamini ende pa ne wopa we Mamema Anthony Nukwenu akwaba regional Greater Accra regional organizer of the NDC champion
Muga
Viaboko there
Atankolibiga
Edabi Bonini Atankoliga biga Isuni wa baga baga no Kennedy mu eni afenyo maka mu ebe mbiko ye baga Atankoliga tangano eye bepo ena kolega yensu tinsu ni oboba yes me shimfinfin da oba me de yensu rock no be ne den oba prema na be ne yensu so firi rock mo ne ba na me bo ti me shim atan kolega biga su ni oboba me no bibia boko o kan bibi o se baga ne den baga ye kana man ti ka se baga biga na cha se o ye kana man
I just learned a new word baga
be ka se baga biga na cha se o ye kana man ba no. You more say on the mom. Ara visitor bi abako.
Na me adom ye ho ye.
Ambassador no ni.
Yeah, ho ye pa.
Bajuma.
Ye bending.
Mame mo eye ora team no omo abaso ene omutumi sa eye operation recover all loot no. Eye bi za manfo bi ho omo ho akam. Ana omo tie mo kin. As a baby, I want when this Mokura and I say, when they sangofu we did drive, we will expose you big time. Maka, who end this now? Why you say, Say, Juma, Ura for no air, you know, and the amate pofano was a Miss Macrosso, and I'm a Mako catch the woman, may we he obey a steady. And then, Omoko Nante Kakra, Timno, that's your idea Kakra, and Kofi Boache ni Ukujoto ni lawyer Pwebumo ni ade and omo ye action kakra yenti omo
just some political gimmick, not at all. If you read the NDC manifesto, Aura has many phases. So this is the preparatory phase, which deals with evidence gathering, putting the data together. That is the first phase. Then we will move to the next phase, which will have to necessarily relate to confiscations, retrievals, recoveries, prosecution, and then sometimes further investigation. So oral has many phases and many layers, and people should not confuse the whole policy of oral. I mean, oral is not just, a 9-day wonder. I mean, what would be the use of gathering the evidence if it will not lead to prosecutions to further investigations, to retrievals, to recoveries, then it means we wasted our time. Then we have to even stop all of this talk and all of that. And that's not what the Ghanaian people want. The Ghanaian people want to see the end of this. They want us to get to the bottom. They want to see more investigation. Let's spread the net wide, capture everybody, make sure that there are retrievals so that national reconstruction can begin. Don't also forget that what we are doing will also lead to further reforms. For example, the law on prohibiting politically exposed persons from purchasing state assets. Then how the Lands Commission even values state assets. You have seen some of the lands, how much they were bought for. Cantonment's land, people are paying 160,000 cedis. Then they go and flip it and sometimes sell it for $1 million, $1.5 million. We will show you evidence soon of how somebody paid only 10,500 cedis for Cantonment's land. 10,500 cedis. And all he has to do is to be paying every year ground rent, 10,500 cedis. You know, a top appointee, a minister of state. I mean, it's so heart-wrenching. And they make nonsense of hard work, of people who are toiling, you know, to survive. So it is important to emphasize that oral has many layers, has many faces. This is just a preparatory evidence gathering phase. We will move into further investigations, prosecutions, retrievals, and all of that. And that's where the Attorney General comes in.
An ambassador. Yes, we got your petition. Yes. Got your petition. I hear the IGP has still not acted the one you sent to him.
I wrote a petition to IGP, I wrote a petition to National Security, I wrote a petition to State.
Okay, we want you to brief the media on what happened. But do you want to do it here?
Let them show, let them see.
Okay, so you come in.
This is our property. It falls under state housing. We've been here for the past 65 years. And just about 4 years ago, we renewed our tenancy agreement with state housing. We paid to the tune of about 350,000 Ghana cedis to state housing. I had all the lease documents here, which indicates that we've renewed everything. Just somewhere around October, we were here when the gentleman, I have his picture here, he walked, yeah, that is a picture. He walked, they came here around 4 in the evening, claiming that the place has been given out to them by works in housing. And the lady in question is called Teresa Tufo. She is the hinge person there. She's been doing that with the chief director, Yao Osousu, the director for works in housing. So the gentleman brought a letter. When I look at the letter, I said, no, this letter, I don't trust it because this is not the property of works and housing. Works and housing ends at Antimuni's place. When Antimuni, the one who sells the watches, that is a demarcation for works and housing. This is state housing. And so I told him, he said, no, he's been asked to demolish the structure. I said, no. So when I was talking to him, lo and behold, he slapped me. The two gentlemen he was working with, one slapped me from behind. So I had to come on. So most of the tenants here, we started fighting them. We have about 23 tenants here. So we started fighting them, and then they left. When we started hooting at them, then they left. The next day, they came with a kennel. He said it's called one kennel, something Asante. They came asking us to vacate the place. I said I wasn't going to do that. So straightforward, I had to run to Cantonment Police Station. I met a CID boss there. She gave me about 4 policemen. We came over, and then they took our numbers with a promise that if they should come again, we should alert them. The next 4 days, they came toward midnight, started jump the wall, broke part of the wall, started molesting everybody in the house, beating everybody. I have about 23 tenants here. So I went back to the police station again. When they came again, we met them one-on-one, and they said they're not going to listen to anybody because they are from the office of the vice president. So lo and behold, I had to write a petition to the office of the vice president to find out. And this gentleman, this man, he came with langas. They were about 40. So I had to run to the police headquarters, and I met this man, the police officer there. Yeah. This man. Yeah. I met him. I tendered all my documents to him and told him this is what is happening to us here. This is our property. Yeah. We don't see the reason why this is happening. It was there that the vice president issued a rejoinder saying that they don't know anything about whatever
Okay, so far so good. The ORA team, they are really working. And as I said earlier, Mr. John Mahama has started very well. President of the Republic, he has started very, very well. Well, you heard that same. Mamema Minuaba Ayazita and started the ball rolling. Then let's get to serious business. I share so far ORA team no. Omoju Mediano saying was here so far. Cantonment land 160,000 and 100 is it 10,000 Ghana cedis for cantonment land. Power suite. Akufuado. And Nesato no no Mobugo. And then say,
yeah. Mugabe, first of all, meet your viewers need for. Na mama obia afishiapa. Na mada obia se. Pese me da Ghana phone nyina se. Say ye betina ha. Aye ni omukasa aye. Say ye po mucho omuma yento abane madwoma ama no. Omutie ye. Ye catch omo so say omuntu ni massively because court no is not on our side. Electoral Commission is not on our side. Omutie ye sufre and omu make sure say gap no. The gap was wide in Baumier's voice. And see, ye de ndasie kese magana for enumere ye da mwase. Nyame nhyiramo ye ndi muhwammo ye be ye adwuma no. Oral emede say oral aba. Na during 8 years of Ekufuado no, yehu the massive looting under Ekufuado. Mugabe, this is not the first time looting occurred under MPP government. We saw looting under Kufuor government. Enti utumi who say with MPP no, the trend is looting. When they come, they will loot everything. Just say they have no mercy for any Ghanaian. Omu lutia ma omu njebi ma obi. En jebi ma intirimba said achibi kofobi beba ema omu suwenyebi. All they think about is e was say ye generational wealth ema ye ni ye busuafo. They don't care about the future of Ghana. They just steal and steal and steal and steal. Then I see what Kufuor Kufuor Tongana Telecom. Oria lands. Ghana Airways lands. I'm taking you back a little so that you understand. Say this is not the first time MPP Aba government omwe luti state. Ghana Airways apartments, flats. There were if I was saying Rage ho, Asmera area ho. There were West Legon. Omuton Ghana Airways now, omuton ma omuhudi yen Ghana International no. Ghana Airways properties nyina omuche ma omuhu. Ube kaya when even in UK ube kaya judges nyina nyebi. Mimpese mebo justice
UK omuton ya to cemetery crack.
I'm telling you.
Cemetery akwa no majima Ghana UK omuton ya to cemetery.
Judges nyina nyebi airport ho if I was saying baby Ministry of Foreign Affairs sa judges no me say Judge na Wood munyina omunyebi. The list was there. We saw it. And then NDC came and looting of state property stopped under John Mahama Atta Mills. We didn't see looting of state property. And then another came and looting of state property resumed. Share baby Obefebia Ministry of Works and Housing. Oral must investigate the whole team from past ministers under Nanado. If Hinapo Nane Salo and even saying Nanado cousin no. Now yet minister no. Chebi MP no. They have to start investigating him from there 2017 when he became minister till date. The oral shouldn't start from 4 years ago. It should start from there because Ministry of Works and Housing, all of them must be investigated. Omuna ministers residences. Me minister nameti me resident official residence newo if I was saying American based in chain. Sal houses ni nyina ko Mugabe. Omaton sa me say if colonial masters in the CC those houses are very small but on huge land. Maybe a land near 1 acre. Not dying see land ni fifi. Ukofa houses here, Mugabe, I'm not lying to you. Ministry of Works and Housing, and you say more rebuilding ministers' residences. No, they didn't break those old houses. Na ejama amin ombeto you know. They didn't break it down to rebuild for the ministry. They sold it to their cronies. They sold it to their cronies. Share a land in cantonments is worth over $1 million. One plot of land. Is, yes, I'm telling you, one plot of land is
only
worth
the land.
Only the land. It doesn't include the house. And see, se wo share Ghana for enim. Now for Ghana land I belonging to the state. Now what one ma wadanfo. And now who minister and now who national security coordinator. What farmer who and you are paying the state 10,000 Ghana cedis. And then the 10,000 then the 10,000 put the then 10,000 Ghana to me to.
100 million Ghana cedis.
Hey. Te say omu Ghana for nkwasi for.
So whom could I say?
Ah. Do they say bit afra che kaswampo unya land 10,000 Ghana cedis. Na cantonments. Mikai say during the campaign no. Mikai say during the campaign no. Want to miss it Oma sesa Ghana now cantonments abeye krabeshe. Cantonments abeye krabeshe because mu ton lands na work cantonments need to say the mu ton kati. Or mu ton lands need to say the mu ton kati. Na say land here 10,000 Ghana cedis. I say nyina ebe tumi atobi. Na mu yeja property ni mama mu ba mu nsibi. Mu ba in the past 8 years. Mu ye to me pointing your fingers. Say oh way MPP aban na ye na nado na ye wait the ye you to be pointing your finger say mobile and the Ministry of Works and Housing dia mo ye nie saglime housing na ye jama mo NDC ye moto ama modanfo for 8 years no saglime housing block of apartments I bet ye dia ma soldier for as residences ye bet me dia ma police for as residences ye bet me dia ma civil servants as residences mu jai mani say mu ya upon kuma ebe ka kire say it has been sold to a private developer na we kasing mu amu nsibi mu ayesisu na ye jama mo mu ba na mo be luti na ma chama mo ho abantenfa
bekwa koto abasase
how 160,000 anka ye nyina eba kobo bosiane abetobi
very well mama
ko se make me here but my mainland na e was say oral investigate sa ni amani nyina sagleme nipa okosi ye dynasty ho directors look normally no because corruption we think is only the politicians investigating from directors
technocrats
all the people involved must be called to book. Everybody must pay because let me tell you, we went around to campaign and what the people told us was we are voting for you so that you will hold these people accountable. People come to me and tell me that look mudejo mama 4 years no wetumi anya hwempoa onjeli omo na ye hu se ampa ye jeli nkrofo we
yen
prosecute omo. And see, if we don't do anything as a government in Pua, look, the people who have raped the country, they have mercilessly raped the country. They must all be called to book and be held accountable.
Very well. But that's live on TV as well as and also on Power 97.9 FM. Power Specialist Eba Hospital, Asiraya Modia, Medimosis Clinic and Eba Center, Safari Valley Eco Resort, Amuzu Eba Clinic, Hebron Hills International School na S. Natural mineral water. My call Greater Accra Regional Organizer of the NDC. Mini Anthony Nupino.
Mugabe
on the oral.
Within Chani, a Kobama, a Shefoni, Tiofonina, and the Phobe Brina, and a share. At the Phobe Brina, a share. Minti mbomudi munyina mi ma shout out Mugabe ye dia sidabema otwedi ampo ne abo Yura John Dramani mama baso se almost a week ni a nyame ye na dum odinisi Ghana benwa no so no wetu anamo bebre a edi arehwem eba ama Ghana fo eto abama no nya ohia sesi aye the fullest of commitment of Omo Odiatu Ejumanano. Say on be acting in the swiftest manner ever Boabapano. There are some gaps that I am not happy. For now, I think the oral team is on top of their job. Within the transition, we receive a lot of information. In governance now, their job is to verify the information. And also to the various sites our petitions are about to ascertain the facts, and then they prepare a very comprehensive report to guide the recovery of these assets back to the country. For all they are doing. And I believe said, Nyame betu nyina nkwam. No amaya nimdie ne ahonde an edebedi say jume, so that we are able to help the president. We have a 4-year mandate. And that mandate is not a joke. The last time catch was say sure Brenna Titia FM 8 years to me easier than the 4 years ahead of us. Because the expectations of Ghanaians are things that we all need to come to the table. Intimo bi antwen say ji say ebo udin in official dom. Ansana nia obe ya abo aban no be. Because the challenges that we are meeting day in day out. Dia hunti. Share. As I sat here, a lot of informations are dropping from senior police officers, senior military officers, senior public servants, messengers, typists. They are getting angry with the NDC because they are feeling say why? Because they think we must act in a way because their bosses that suppress them all these years are still sitting in the offices and continue to suppress them. They have a legitimate concern. But you see, yes, because you see, let me tell you something. For mono, bro from no can omunti asema omutu abano, some were even expecting say the day of declaration and that day actions should be taken. Enti ye sure mun kran say omunya butoyim kakramai. But you see, ebimu cannot be overlooked at now. We have 32 regions or 23 police regional command. None is tilted towards a little, even 10% to the NDC. 32. All the police regional command. There were 60 regions, but in police regional administration, they broke Accra is 2, Central is 2, and the other 22 or 23 regional command. All of them are deep in the wool MPP card bearers.
And they are still there.
How confidence ben now the police for number 2 abanu? Are we not worried? Say installations are being bent, raised down. Because they care less. This is the time each regional commander with each CID commander must deploy men and women to be picking intelligence in these areas and make sure say there is a protective gear, fire service, near standby, so that immediately
from Kantaman to Techiman.
That is how we do internal security. But ejato baby a time fire service a movie. So you say Scooby Shoo Upper West.
Police station be crashing.
Look, people should not take this as a joke. All are security gaps. You are sitting in a national security meeting with evil men and women in uniform. People like Faustina Kofi. Such a woman is still your director general CID in this country. Someone who is deep in the wool MPP, who could tell me in my face that she has an interest in Ablekumanov. Why did I fight her?
Wow.
This is a woman who came to confront us, say, it is the NDC people who bent the pin sheet of MPP people. no interest here, no cast assembly. And you sit at a national security meeting, and such a woman come and brief you in Mahama's administration. You think you are getting a proper briefing? And this is why some of the police people cannot be patient. Because that woman has caused a lot of havoc in the police administration. She's supposed to be a DCOP now. She was jumped to a COP. His seniors are still ACP.
This is DCOP.
COP for Sinando Kofi. The seniors be ACP. I had you to a police warehouse police this whose interest was her jumping her to become a COP, a commissioner, and making a director general.
CID.
Share. Muamaji $200,000. If you be her estate developer be, someone hatch a job for Dampari. Someone return is a can of 72 hours. Mabomudin or air. Peniphobia maji $200,000. Yedi be ma mumu bi sasa sikano eye den ene ni na mufie anaju ahumachi e kasa se Dampari should be $200,000. Share yen this agro no. Yen this agro no. The leak is clear. Now, in 72 hours, so one first can come mass estate developer na mebo udin. We are paying power NDC. Don't let me come on you. Me no between okroma pan. Me no between. Because you see, Mahama will not allow some of these people close to him if he knows the secret. Why? Aden. Then we are see. Mugabe enyawu one say the day of inauguration no street in Accra was declared presidential street. Did you see any release? So were you shocked when the president convoy was caught in traffic? And that man in ceremonial dress was directing traffic. Who is the MTT Director General? What was his job? Now the Juma day on the day of inauguration. The deployment to make sure say we maintaining. Look, me do also traffic light, not trotro. I want to say how.
President when Kurana ne office and declare her as security zone. No be a tremor.
And number can in Pennyphobia. Ebe twima no si boni so no mo won yam mo antwe ntema nka mo nyame mo kro. Say ye inauguration or Independence Square. Trotro was running wule around this place. You were Chrome Hana say visiting heads of state by a declare a whole Liberation Road.
Presidential Street.
Security
zone, yeah.
Me see a inauguration, no one release me from police headquarters. Say streetway and faho. Umbi. I dream Benetaso. Not damn Parijina. I hassle that because the president is caught in traffic. He wasn't even ashamed of saying it.
Pay attention.
And we are comfortable. You see, go and sit in your home and continue to be a commissioner of police. Put an acting IGP who quickly, in like the way the president is reforming the system, no, honestly reforming the police administration, because people are sick and tired of the suppression in the police service. Now, last we catch you say. None of the POMAP members should be elevated to be IGP. Police Management Board, no? All of them. Dampari, deputy, director administration, director welfare, director human resource, director finance, director general CID, Yoko boss, Tiwado Dankwa, and
that's all.
He's member of Puma.
Oh, that's all Yoko.
Oh, Matisse. Yeah, withdrawn some director general administration.
Oh, hey.
And here you hununi system on so put this on so na mo so pe IGP. Enti tiwa be any then director general director this in administration. Obi Okoji politically exposed office as a commissioner.
Yoko.
Or Babetina Police Administration.
Alex Mensa, COP Alex Mensa or board. No, a board
member. Inti Mesre Ora Banini ni team no. Mesre.
But they are working.
I'm not saying they are not working.
Fantastic.
People are becoming impatient in the security services because the leaders you continue to meet every day for security briefing have caused havoc in the heart of the men and women in uniform. And they cannot continue working with them. And for that matter, quickly put a report and advise the president on an action within the security sector. Che, why are we still not operating effectively? Many of the district commanders and divisional commanders have compromised. Ukona ukochika esifa betuo betuwa before the bechine say no need the document by or the document background copy. No more release can. That's what they are doing. Share. You ko fa card document ni.
Where then?
Obi aya oshinka waye ejuma magana ban. Or call retirement car we use for 9 years no. Land Cruiser
V8.
Your auctioneer man 13,000 cedis. And they will charge you 20,000. 13,000.
130 million.
Me see
Land Cruiser V8.
Me no. Where custom document no. Hey, auction letter na dasu no. Hey, 13,000 your auction man no.
What?
This is the crime you are committing to the state. Now makoji adi we are. O drawing bit is ashimo.
Oh no, please.
Actual letter so no disgrace me.
Mr. Baby, no. Ashimo letter.
Ni oji yenti opese hache job.
No. Ajima.
Mini be true Okroma man.
Listen. Ashimo letter no about your name is not in the letter.
The men he exposed to the police administration were the guys who went to pick the car.
But let's leave that one.
No,
please.
Yesterday, this guy was in parliament. I was telling members of parliament, say, Mima Koji, a retired clerk of parliament, Nika, and I'm meaning a bargaining what to take from him.
So is that the document?
This is the document of that car. When the man called me, I asked him, you say you are NDC. Is it how you want Mama to survive? This was the car allocated to you when you were a deputy clerk of parliament. And you were going on retirement and you apply for it to be auctioned to you. Chief, the money you pay 13,000, is it commensurate with what? And you want to pay a duty of 20,000 cedis. I swore not to expose this man, but for him to go to Ashimo to do what he did.
Ashimo letter was from the office.
The office chairman. You have the office of a regional chairman.
That's the
where? Which constitution?
In the Vanessa.
You should try it again.
No, let's move. It's your chairman.
Then he should respect himself.
It's your chairman.
If you don't have a fact, I don't need this car for anything. But me see, let me tell you, if Parliament will say they don't have use for these cars, they should offload them to district assemblies to work with.
Let's move on, please. Let's move on.
You should try me again. Such people who think they will negotiate this time to gain, they won't have it.
You move to the topics now. Honorable Kofi Amabua warning Afenyo Markins to stop the interjection as if he is a co-chairman of the committee. Yenti Honorable Kobivoa.
The reason why I yielded to Honorable Afenyo Markins is not because he's macho than anybody here, but because I respect this parliament and I respect the chair.
Honorable Deputy Majority Leader, proceed to ask your question.
I respect the chair.
Proceed to ask your question.
I'm going to ask my question. Let me put it on record that Chairman, you've been very kind to the minority today. And I've been here for a long time. And Chairman, this extension of courtesies never happened when we're in the minority. Under the former chairman of the appointment committee, Honorable Ose Owusu. It never happened. And we have to make it clear that you are the only chairman that can allow anybody to speak. Honorable Afenyomak is the ranking member, but you have to give him the right to speak. Anyway, congratulations.
Very well. Mami call Honorable Ambassador Zita Sonafe. You have vetting appointment committee so far. The course of vetting ho. Honorable John Jenapo Energy wako nidia so na Honorable Kesalato Forcing Doctor ono so ewie nedie ama forecast will share the posture of Afenyo Markins how interjecting and you know is too worrying. I'm for any happy about it. Until side of it.
Mugabe Maase. Afenyo Markins no, I may say micro minority no, afani trim kakra. Afani trim micro minority no. Just say he's been going. He's gonna lose. He's gonna lose. Just say Papa no to be down. Afenyo on say he was the majority leader before we went into the election, and there Afenyo marking. You know, very arrogantly was trying to push speaker around, was saying, "So, oh, me now minority, yakonyum, I'm too big, I can't sit." And then he comes back. He led the MPP as majority leader. He led them from 130, and he know we are 137. To see amazing. 88. Just say, "Omo reporter." Enti eyenu na Afenyo de oye no Afenyo time I call depo na ye collation so ba why desperate or say Zita mu nyebi munja we maye. He was desperate to retrieve some of the seats to regain his image, because as a leader no, when you lead people to war and they kill your people who them say man for yaw but omu yaw yedom but they can't stand you. Enti Afenyo is operate. He's jumping from he wants his people to see that he's working, but the time for him to work it's past. Sisiano or Jinja feeling back or to try and into Afenyo, please sit down quietly and let us do the work. The people voted for us, they believed in us, they said they don't want your people as MPs. We are representing the people into na wo disrupt proceedings no, and it won't bring the seats back 4 years after the 6 days it won't bring the seats there. Kevin Taylor Bessie e beche pa 4 years no e beche pa enye wie after na 6 days into numusio. Take a deep breath. Breathe. Stress. Ma Afenyo mami chen how we na Afenyo breathe in out and relax in your micro minority chair like that and watch us work and watch how we do it, watch how we govern, watch how we represent the people. You are disrupting the process. Na wo ye no emfa wonko si bebia because me amaheno he's all over. O say sisi ayefe no asahene then he's na Mugabe mwakoye sisifia campaign omo mwanya sisifia MPs
88
afede wo dwa yasum wo ma ye ejuma what be that Afenyo calm down. The defeat has come. Micro minority ni de wo na oye leader ye no say wo na oye leader of micro minority numusio na tena wakonwum na ye ejuma no. I don't blame Honorable Amabua for saying what he said, because he's beginning. Afenyo Markins is very, very. All jokes aside, he's very, very annoying. Very. Yes, he's an irritant. It's as if he's been sent there as an agent. He's been sent there as an agent to disrupt the process. What did I make Anna say? He's just there into everything. No, he interrupts everything. He interrupts. He finds problems with everything, and then wow, when one went to me and Governor Ghana for asakemu. You've been dismissed disgracefully. Wo be how to govern. And I wouldn't governor. I don't know it is possible breaking the 8 numbers.
I'm breaking.
I am going to be breaking 8. You know, to keep quiet and sit down and watch us do our work. Me say so ka say NDC for Bobby we will make sure say mubedi so. It is not you who tell us say Bobby Amube. Now Mubo Amuse, one district, one factory, one constituency, 1 million, one village, one dam. What to me says our bonus.
Agenda one.
Bo man she bo kra musa manya me national cathedral kra classic bonu mo to me in this abono so in what capacity do you in what capacity do you have in what capacity are you telling us
only capacity
you don't have any locus you don't have any locus at all, no standing, no capacity, no right to tell us about fulfillment of promises to Ghanaians. It is Ghanaians who are going to hold us accountable to whatever we did. And we have started, retrieving some of our promises. I know, sir, during Atuforcing, your friend is saying, vetting, well, sure Ghanaians say, if it goes through, betting tax, e-levy, even though, it brings for a cash-light society, it doesn't work until he will make sure, say, it is removed like His Excellency John Mahama promised us. In 120 days, we promised you that Aura will start working. Aura has started working. In 120 days, we have our friend saying, Flagstaff House top senior appointees have been appointed. Ministers have started being appointed. In 120 days, the taxes, the draconian taxes are going to be removed. It's a Jumano promises no. You be you 1 to say perfume rice. Ghana for your markets. You have no right to tell us that you hold us to anything.
That's sorry, ministers executive instrument. Was say 13 about 23.
And also can promises no say over reducing ministers. And another you had 125 ministers. For 30 ministries, John Mahama has reduced it. These are some of the promises of John Mahama that in 120 days he's going to do. And John Mahama has already started fulfilling his promises. Afenyo, please calm down. Kope baby tina nanu munsio. Pese mi kan bibi. De mi nuane kan aye no. Ene say minya call. Waho. Ene mi hu say presidency I issue statement say. All chairs, commissions, authorities have been all dissolved. And so minya call said National Health Insurance. They be but omo call if anything omo call official trip if anything UK. Omo call official trip or UK. I catch you say no major decisions to be taken. See, those who know, I'm telling you, they are going on a trip tonight to the UK. They must be stopped. They must be stopped until the new CEO takes over, and new policies. They cannot continue to implement MPP policies that do not favor the NDC. And see, National Health Insurance, MPP boys and girls, na yedemoko UK official trip. No, if you are hearing me, please, presidency tonight they are leaving. Find a way to stop them.
Fantastic. Live on TV as well as Ethnoson Power 97.9 FM Power Specialist about hospitals. I mean, control hepatitis A, B, C, D, E, Nibinete, fatty liver, sciatica, prostate, and a how a minium memano. No penny baby na teach man, also a compo and a su minimum fibroid and a tetiwa for nature power specialist about hospital. Kumasi Ofeyase, Lake Bosomche, a year quantum ponoso, Yanni Jasbo filling station, it didn't share anymore. And Krahansi or Kwabenya Pokwasi ACP road, no so, and attack the one estate anaje MA primary school no free my na na ntwetwe nkomo on 0244544422 0244544422 Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center. Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center mo na di medi garlic capsules said ya badwa so na wonya medi garlic capsules ni bi na oboba ebo ye papa ba mo jati medi ni paduanum afusani ye kwasi bre ne beka se blood circulation sanso ene boa boost we immune system no emani paduanum gina ne naso brane kopebi na bobo se de bia ebetumi aboa wiye papa emanom bemanom we bema prostate na tete wo sexual weakness male and female infertility we do nature medimosis aso ya obetumi aboa wo hypertension and diabetes sciatica na typhoid fever malaria stroke ne keka ho nyina no okwa obenya wo ayaresa dental problems nyina no obema ni nyina to aba ewiye ede amount hwe na kira kwan medimosis e wo dental barrier oni police station edi nhwe animu AESL building inside the Ghana Highways Authority Yarwakra Ministries aje kodwo any school for the deaf edi nhwe animu na Kumase ayene makokoben obehu ye ne ewo ho Fred Dr. Medi Moses on 0244 0684470 0244 0684447 ofra obeje so Safari Valley Eco Resource Menkancho about wildlife experience omoye number 1 udu maso ye ha omo ewo eye kasia modebako eye to na chese to gas nsu di akiri ene ye mo jata sebo eba wildlife de omoye number 1 zebra ene antelope si no moko no mo eba unhu a efe keke mofra no oni omo di omo nyina afra manane aba say UK na mo aba Ghana eye Germany eye France the Netherlands Scandinavian countries no say Sweden Norway any Finland any mo amowo eye Denmark no mo bi dru Ghana na mo pe baby akwadwojo mo ho a baby American for mo na Safari Valley Eco Resort wo du a wani beji ye papa yenu anenso no local and continental dishes environment were very very conducive into furniture ho ye wo gym ho ne wo swimming pool so e wo ho fe no 0596914394 0596914394 o henu so a ye wo dewo in the eastern region Okre constituency Amuzo Eba Clinic the Amuzo garlic bitters and a airboy when Amuzo garlic bitters no be now the only garlic bitters in town any Amuzo garlic bitters eboa reduce a year blood pressure high blood pressure no reduce no kra manema ko ye mani pedua no minimize high sugar level and the samboa support the pancreas nya wunya bi na oboba ebeboa control urine flow and the sign eboa ma blood circulation no adwuma ye papa o ma mo stroke no so nya bi na no ma etumi eboa ni pedua ni ye pa wodi wani kire ha ba sho bia ma na pharmacy sho bia mo Ghana ha amozu no ni bi ato 0247776743 0247776743 Hebron Hills International School su eguso admission ekoso enano pe wura ho a gidi oba wa won nge ekosi eyimfi num Montessori tetie no na chese udu school mu a why wadwene se wo mu bi mu kura wuduru ha awo ebeka won jomama ba wode amemo papa ebe ene wenya 55 kwa no abo pension baby na chese no ano no ko weni ma anisa asafe na sojafo ni posifo no o ma setene mu bi yi a o mo ba be wo Ghana fo setene mu bi yi nti wawo no oba no pe school papa de akode a the whole Ghana West school social welfare for ajatum na woko Ghana Education Service be bia obi ndum se bibia o mu ye hobia no ye mo certificate na A grade A omba ho ho hwe bibia de dana kwam chechefo no experience mo nkora no ho abotre learning materials in fi UK abo eni for abako admission no school no so obeti di ni kakraka na so obeko no de be mu atuane na kakra bi obi ko gina bia bi ese o school ni de city no mo je dollars ye nye dollars ewo Hebron Hills International School Ghana cedis na de betua wo ba no ni school fees into obi ko gina bia bi ka tro SS school no ye se o mo je dollars o mo school fees no dollars no mo je oboa ye cedis ene ye je wo Ghana sika na ene ye die ewo ho furniture wo media a year of a year in Sawam Road omo media Presby School in chepe lower primary ne upper primary admission go so gidi ya ekoso kopa admission fama oba S natural mineral water in suni ni o Clifford baby a wo bia mechiao bisi wo so mechiao oko a year lead ya double angel minua angel double the fee in Suya no onum onu abujilo zabra enwa no onum His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ene mema melodina enwa ndi simpanifo nyina ma afasi na Nelson enwa obi a obewura ni fie bia ma me anita de so hana bisi wo sweet mother baby a wo bia mechia wo ensuo ni obi agye atom 37 na bebre so street oba so pemisa robe dudu obi a pe bia sabeka me come show bia wura bia so no obenya bi ato Francois Salamu alaikum. S natural mineral water was simply natural. 7 up here, what I say didn't come. We are no so on any hoka for any ole lemunina or more ebobie. You may go in your man at here, Yedijumedi, Ebro on TVS was at in a power 97.9 FM. Yamana be Tony for you going.
So far, I think say vetting committee no on the Nimdia 8 to an more.
Good.
Especially on the side of the majority. I think largely on the side of the minority, people are showing intellect in the kind of questions on apart from the irritant leader, no more. No. I think they are really putting the right questions across to the nominees. You see, these 3 nominees were not just chosen because of their education or their persona. They were chosen because they really have the right intellect for the officer.
I understand.
Good. They serve as deputy minister. Omu Niye, Omu Anamotu, and Omu share the 3 MPs from at least well-organized constituencies, having served in parliament for these years. And they've been there with the grassroots to understand. Ehaye John has always been on the top of energy issues, day in, day out, as a ranking member. Atu on finance. Dominic Ayini, when it comes to law, I think President Mahama needs commendation. I'm looking for 2 other prominent positions, Ebebua, interior and defense. Because, say, IGP in interior minister, I think quickly, you can fashion out a policy that will take care of our internal security measures. Be able to pull all the strings. Then the defense minister to also protect our territorial borders and our airspace and our sea ports. Until Michelle say by close of day tomorrow, those 2 should be added so that they can also go through the vetting. That solid 5 can really shape the tenets of the economy for a good takeoff. Until Obianya Butoyim, I think the chairman of the committee is new to leadership.
All right.
Yes, because Usha Amakofi Bua is not comfortable because he has been in leadership in parliament on him. The way Aponyo can match him.
Yeah.
But Onya Butrema chairman, I think he's also using a certain skills to contain the irritants around him. But I believe at the end of the day, we'll have a good way.
Very well.
In shaping our democracy.
You may say, I can say, Bona, by Emreno, I be it baby, I would ya breti, you know, and the Asidaka say, and the Maya for any yen at you for you
also, or shop, and Timmy Chalman. Nani Yusu Eshe, Achere Brewer, Jakulu, Michel.
And you may have born on watch paper on TVS was it and a Monday, a politics and beyond with our brother Emmanuel Wilson Jr. and Domlevo Ebewufiha at exactly 8 p.m. on TVS was it. Medidi Mugabe Maase, what your excellency lawyer Zita Benson, and I would say Anthony Nupino, Greater Accra regional organizer of the NDC, lawyer Zita Benson, a former tourism information and former Ghana ambassador to Czech Republic. Madam Munyanase, for your time about the no dominating Kwamochina, Yabesa Eddie Inshia, COP Kufi Buache, retired. Greetings. News.